Welcome to episode 5 of Culture and Context True Fruits podcast. Uh, Today we will be talking about the T-Wolves and Jimmy Butler. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe if you have anything, suggestions or ideas. Just please comment and like the video and subscribe to our channel. And we'll be glad to subscribe to your channel if you have anybody. But I got Sam on the line too.
How you doing, Samuel? Here.
Yeah, so we're just gonna be talking about everything that went on with the Timberwolves. So first we're gonna be talking about, some of the potential free agent signings they could possibly get.
Yeah,
we could talk about Jimmy Butler and like how we think he's gonna fit.
Yeah, so I'll let you start first if you want to.
All right, so the thing about Jimmy Butler and Andrew Wiggins are you're pretty much getting the same player. I mean, they're both – I think Wiggins is a little better than Jimmy, but Jimmy is, of course, he's 27, and Wiggins not even 23 yet. They're both defensive guys who not really good three-point shooters, but, Wiggins is very good in the post. Jimmy Butler, he can shoot a mid-range really good. He can shoot the three off the dribble pretty good. He's pretty good coming off ball screens. So it'll be interesting to see how they fit. And I don't know what position Jimmy Butler will play next year. Like, is Wiggins going to play the 2 or is Jimmy Butler going to play the 3? And is that going to switch? And with Goree Dieng, the projected starting lineup at this point is Ricky Rubio, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, Goree Dieng, and Karl Towns. I don't know how that looks on the court. It sounds... defensively, I don't think that would be a great defensive lineup. The Timberwolves were 27th in defensive efficiency last year. But Jimmy Butler does help your defense a lot. So,
yeah, I would say having Jimmy Butler kind of throws a wrench in their plans. Like, of course, you get a top 20 player, but now you have to figure out how to put him next to one of the teams who shot probably, I would say, in the top 10 worst teams from the three-point line last year. So I feel like now having Jimmy Butler, they have to figure that out. And on the defensive end, if it doesn't work out with him at the 2 and Wiggins at the 3, and you move one of them to the 4, how will the team make up for the rebounding that maybe a Goree Dieng would have helped being in the starting lineup? So I feel like there is a lot of problems that they can run into having Jimmy Butler, even though he's an amazing player.
You don't really have to guard the three-point line with them on the court. So you could pack it in, you could sag it in, you could help a lot. So offensively, I think they're going to be bad, and defensively, they're going to be bad. So I don't think it's a lock to actually put the Timberwolves in the playoffs next year. They got talent, but I think Tom Thibodeau, who I'm not a big fan of, he's going to have to swallow his pride. And in Chicago, we learned our lesson about Tom Thibodeau. He likes 2 bigs. He played Taj Gibson with Joakim Noah. And last year he played Carl Anthony Towns with Goree Dieng. So will he swallow his pride and, understand that that's not going to work out playing 2 bigs? Because that's the big reason why the defensively was bad last year. You can't guard the pick and roll with 2 pretty much centers in our league today. Goree Dieng, he's not switching. Karl Towns isn't switching. So defensively, you got problems unless you put Jimmy Butler at the 4. And like Sam said, when you put Jimmy at the 4, he's going to have some rebounding problems. I think they're going to have to find an upgrade at 4 because Goree Dieng is not the answer. They're going to have to find a better upgrade. But I like the Wiggins and Jimmy Butler pairing, but I just don't think they're a lock for the playoffs because offensively, you're going to have some problems, and defensively, they're going to have some problems. So they got a lot of work to do before the season starts.
Yeah, so what did you want to talk about now?
We could talk about the fact that some of the upgrades they could possibly make. Like Ricky Rubio can't shoot either. So free agency-wise, they could figure out a way to make the roster a little better. I think they were looking at targeting Kyle Lowry, Jrue Holiday, Jeff Teague, Dan Collison, Corey Joseph, or George Hill. So I think the option would be Kyle Lowry or George Hill. I really like George Hill because he could shoot the three, he could play defense. He played in a good offense in the Spurs. He doesn't demand the ball because you already got a lot of guys. Like Kyle Lowry, he kind of want 20 points a game. I mean, Jimmy Butler's going to get 20 a game. Andrew Wiggins is going to get 20 a game, and Karl Towns is going to get 20 a game. I don't know how you fit another 20-point score in that unless somebody takes a back seat, which I don't think happens. So George Hill, I think he's perfect because he doesn't demand the ball. He can shoot three. He can play defense. He's a heady player. He's smart. He played with two good organizations, the Utah Jazz and the San Antonio Spurs. So I think that would be their best option. If they could get George Hill, look out. But like I said, I don't think they're a lock for the playoffs next year at one bit at all.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking on the George Hill thing. Going into free agency, I feel like the Timberwolves, their goal has to be to get a point guard who shoots exceptionally well from the three-point line. So that gives the players like Jimmy Butler and Andrew Wiggins space because I guarantee you, I doubt they'll be able to shoot well from three between Gorgie Dang, Karl Anthony Towns, Butler, and Wiggins. So
Karl Anthony Towns, which is the worst thing, he might be the best shooter on the team, actually, like in the starting five.
And that's not a good thing.
Yeah, he's definitely a better shooter than Ricky Rubio. He's probably close to Jimmy Butler and Andrew Wiggins, but as you can see, your five-man being your best shooter, that's not really what you're looking for. So something I think they could do is they could get a four-man who's not necessarily defensively the best, and they could if he could shoot and they get a four-man who's not really great on defense, because Karl Towns has to play the five. I don't care.
Yeah.
And Gorgie Dang has to play the five. So if they could get like a Ryan Anderson, and maybe they could hide him on like for example, the Cavs. Maybe Ryan Anderson can guard J.R. Smith, and Jimmy Butler could guard Kevin. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could hide their four-man, sort of like how the Warriors hide Steph Curry. Like, maybe he could hide on the five, or maybe he could hide on the three. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with Jimmy Butler. Yeah, with Jimmy Butler being able to guard fours, Ryan Anderson could be able to get away with hiding on
the three-man. If it's up to three-man is not as, and if somebody starts setting ball screens with the three-man, I mean, then you just, like, say they play the Warriors. Who is Gorgie Dang going to guard? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
actually, that's a great point you made, because to segue into that, our main question from the Jimmy Butler acquisition is, how does this Timberwolves team fare with the Warriors, and do they even have a shot against the Warriors?
Because I think everybody in the NBA moves. Every move they make, they're looking at the Warriors. They're the defending champions, and they dominated the league for the last 3 years. I think they got like 300 wins over the last 3 years, like an NBA record.
Yeah, they have like above 90% winning percentage,
They probably lost less than 50 games in the last 3 years. So, I mean, that's ridiculous. Like,
I'd say
3
less
years.
than 30.
I mean, what? They went 73-9. They went 67-12. And then I don't know what they went the first year.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. But it's probably under 40. But it's probably under 40, which is still crazy.
And that's ridiculous in 3 years. But they probably didn't won close to 300 games. So I think everybody got their eye towards the Warriors. So I don't think they're better than the Clippers were this year. I don't have that much faith because, like I said, defensive assist. That's what Tom Thibodeau brings to the table when they weren't good defensively. Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler brings an upgrade, but I don't think it's that big of an upgrade. I still think they're going to be a terrible defensive team as long as Gorgie Dang and Karl Anthony. As long as Tom Thibodeau wants to play two bigs, they're going to be a terrible defensive team. Also, offensively, they're going to be bad. So I think they struggle to make the playoffs next year. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what the Timberwolves did, like a lot of people probably don't look into it that deep, but one of the problems that the Warriors run into probably pre-Kevin Durant was teams who were all tall, lanky, long, and, athletically dominant over the Warriors. Because the way the Warriors play is by ball movement and weak side movement. So when you have athleticism and height and length to match that, then now you can kind of cancel that out, which is kind of the reason why the Thunder were able to play so successful against the Warriors before they blew the 3-1 lead. So, yeah, I think that the Timberwolves match up well, but from a offensive standpoint, I don't even think they'd be able to put up enough points. So, yeah. I think that'll probably be the main problem with the Timberwolves trying to play against the Warriors.
So if they could figure out how to make their defense a little better and make their offense a little better, which is easier said than done, but So just in the comment section, just tell us if you think Jimmy Butler is a good acquisition, a bad acquisition. If you like our takes, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter at True Hoops. Please, we subscribe to other channels, we watch other videos. Your help would be much appreciated. So thank you.
Yeah, and if you're a fellow YouTuber and you want to, gain more subscribers, just comment below our video. Tell us your story. Tell us, why I should subscribe to you, and I'll subscribe back to you.
Yeah. So please join the troop. Join the troop.